Hello lovely kids, welcome to Bees and Puppies. In this video, let's learn about monarch butterflies' historic migration. Before your journey through this video, I highly suggest you to watch my previous video about monarch butterflies' life cycle. Migration means a movement of people or animals from one place to another place. To escape from harsh seasons and to find more food, animals migrate. Monarch butterflies are native to North America, but we can find them in other warm parts of the world. Their migration is the greatest. The longest distance that they had traveled is more than 3,000 miles. Their journey starts in late summer from Canada and northeastern states of USA all the way to California and southwestern parts of Mexico. And they also make the return journey, but not the ones who went there. These journeys happen in different seasons and made by different generations. So let's start our journey to learn about monarch's journey. As I mentioned in our previous video, the lifespan of an adult monarch butterfly in warm months is 2 to 6 weeks. And they don't need to migrate because the conditions around are good for them. But what about the egg that laid in late summer? In just a month, it goes through metamorphosis and becomes an adult monarch butterfly. If it stays where it is, the upcoming freezing winter months would become deadly for them. Why am I saying months if their lifespan is a maximum of 6 weeks? Because the eggs that laid in August and September develops into super generation monarchs. They can live up to 9 months. Yes, same species but different lifespans. The alarm for monarch's migration comes from circadian clock, the clock that we all have inside our body. This biological clock regulates the timing of bodily process like when to wake up, when to eat and when to go to bed. Monarch's circadian clock reminds them to start the journey. So they migrate to overcome the winter in Canada and northeastern states of USA and go for a better climate in California and Mexico. This is called southern migration because they move from north to south in fall. How the monarchs know which way is south? As the earth rotates itself throughout the day, the sun appears to be moving from one horizon to another horizon. That is east to west, right? And the south direction appears to be there in the middle of east and west. And south is the direction monarchs need to go. But how can they understand this? Thanks to another clock that monarch butterflies have that works as compass. Monarch butterflies have a special compass. It's called time compensated sun compass. Let's see how it works. First, the antenna tells the time of the day and the eyes find the location of the sun. And this information taken by their tiny yet powerful brains navigate them to the right direction. So they have the east side on the left and the west side on the right. If it is noon, that means the sun is exactly in the middle towards south. So they just fly straight. If it's morning, they move to right, keeping the morning sun on its left to find south and fly towards it. If it's late afternoon, they move to left, keeping the evening sun to its right to find the south and keep flying. Their compound eyes can find sun even on cloudy days. So the sun works as moving target to route them to their destination. They continue their remarkable journey until they reach their overwintering homes in the Oyamel fir forests in Michoacan, Mexico. Here, they cling to the leaves, trunks, and branches of pine and oak trees, making it look like a blanket of millions of butterflies. Here, they stay warm all winter on the trees from October to March, occasionally coming out to drink nectar from nearby wildflowers. When it's springtime, the annual internal clock tells them it's time to go back home. All the butterflies slowly come out and flutter around. Now they drink the nectar from nearby wildflowers and start their journey back home. But all of a sudden, their body produces those age hormones, telling them that they can't live longer than that. All they have to do now is reproduce to keep the continuity of their own amazing species. The girl monarch butterfly finds milkweed and they lay one egg at a time, and after that, sadly, they die. And that's the end of super generation monarchs. And what about the eggs there? They go through metamorphosis and becomes adult monarchs. But they are not super generation monarchs. This time, they live for up to a maximum of 6 weeks only. But they continue their journey back to their parents' birthplace up in the north. But they can't make it all the way back because they can't live for the whole journey. They lay eggs and die. So the journey is continued by the next couple of generations, and finally, fourth generation finishes this journey and reach their great-great-grandparents' birthplace in Canada and northeastern states of USA. And then they lay eggs, and this time super generation monarchs emerge and the circle continues. So the migration towards south in fall is made straight by single super generation monarchs. But it involves 4 generations of monarchs to make the return journey in spring. Single or couple, both side journey is truly unbelievable. Monarchs migration is happening from millions of years. Over the past few decades, the number of butterflies migrate to Mexico started to decrease, and people have started to conserve this phenomenon. It sure is a long journey, so there is the whole continent to work on to save the monarch butterflies. How to save monarch butterflies? Plant native milkweed, so the butterfly can lay eggs and the caterpillar can eat them and grow up to be a butterfly again. Stop using chemical pesticides and weedicides that destroy milkweed. Grow native wildflower plants. If you have these flowers in your garden, monarch butterflies might stop for snacking while going on this journey. And finally, the main universal rule everyone should start following now is taking care of our planet by reducing, reusing and recycling. Because the effects of climate change like sudden storms, drought, wildfires are affecting the monarchs somewhere in their long journey. So think about them and do the best you can. That's all, kids. I hope I gave you all the information about monarch butterflies in these 2 videos. But every day new discoveries pop up, so there's always more to learn. Thank you so much for listening to me. So long. Happy learning.